All right, let's talk about something really important. A hard truth, really. Discipline. It's not something you just find, right? It's not some magic burst of motivation you wait for. Nope. It's something you force. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. The how-to guide for taking control.
Okay, let's just let that sink in for a second. This one sentence, this is everything. It's the whole game, right here. It's that simple, kind of uncomfortable truth that separates people who get things done from those who, well, don't. It's all about your actions being the boss of your feelings, and not the other way around.
So I want you to really think about this for a second. Be honest with yourself. How many times has just being comfortable stolen your progress? You know what I'm talking about. The project you'll start tomorrow, the workout you skipped, that chance you missed because you just didn't feel like it. That comfort, that's the real enemy of your goals. And today, we're going to learn how to fight back.
So here's our game plan. We've got 5 clear steps. First, force over feeling. Then, refuse to negotiate. Third, we'll control your inner dialogue. Fourth is all about building through repetition. And finally, we'll learn to direct your energy. This is the playbook.
Okay, let's jump into our first point. Force over feeling. This is the foundational truth, the bedrock of everything else we're going to talk about. And it's simple. You have to act before you feel ready. Seriously, if you sit around waiting for the perfect feeling to strike, you're going to be waiting forever.
And this is where things get a little controversial, right? We're all taught to find our motivation. But what if motivation is the problem? The source material is super clear on this. It's totally unreliable. It's inconsistent. It's that friend who's only around when things are good and disappears when you actually need them. Relying on motivation is basically just planning to fail.
And this really just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's like a fork in the road you face every single day. On one side, you wait for motivation, and you get delay, inconsistency, and let's be honest, a lot of regret. On the other side, you force the action, and you get momentum, consistency, and actual progress. The choice looks obvious on paper, but taking that path on the right, well, that takes force.
All right, moving on to our second big idea, which builds right on top of the first. Refuse to negotiate. You've got to start thinking of laziness as an actual opponent. It's sitting across the table from you, trying to make a deal. And the number one rule? You don't bargain with it. Not for a second. Ever.
I mean, look at this. We all know that voice on the left, don't we? It's so smooth, so reasonable. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow. I've worked hard, I deserve a break. But that's the negotiation. The other side, the right side, that's not a negotiator. That's a commander. It's sharp, it's direct, it's non-negotiable. Your job is to shut down that smooth-talking negotiator and just listen to your inner commander.
And you have to be careful, because laziness is a master of disguise. It almost never looks like just sitting on the couch doing nothing. No, it's way sneakier than that. It looks like endless scrolling or grabbing a snack you don't need. It even looks like busy work or research, things that feel productive but are really just clever ways to avoid the one thing you actually need to do.
Which brings us perfectly to our third point, and this might be the most important one of all. Control your inner dialogue. The real war, the real battleground is inside your own head, and your mission is to change your inner voice from a whiny critic into a firm, decisive commander.
This is such a powerful idea. Your thoughts are not facts. They're just suggestions. That thought that says, I'm too tired, or I can't do this, it's not a news report telling you the truth. It's a suggestion from the lazy part of your brain. And you have the power to say, nope, suggestion rejected. You get to choose which thoughts you listen to.
And you can see the difference so clearly here. The weak self-talk on the left, that's the voice of a victim. It's all about problems and feelings. But the strict self-direction on the right, that's the voice of a commander. It's not about feelings, it's about orders. Begin for 5 minutes. Take the first step. Your job is to literally catch yourself using the voice on the left and replace it with a command from the right.
Okay, on to number 4. Build through repetition. This is so important. Real discipline isn't about one giant heroic push. It's not a sprint, it's more like carving a path in a forest. It's about taking small, consistent steps day after day until what was once difficult becomes the new, easy path for your brain to follow. So, every new habit you build goes through these 3 stages. First, there's resistance, where it just feels wrong and hard. At the end, there's routine, where it's totally automatic. But that middle part, repetition, that's the fire. That's where it feels uncomfortable, but you know it's necessary. This is where most people quit. But pushing through this stage, that's literally where discipline is built. You just have to keep forcing it.
And this really sums it up, doesn't it? Consistency is so much more powerful than intensity. Your brain doesn't build a new habit because you went to the gym for 5 hours one time. It builds the habit because you went for 20 minutes every single day. Reading just 2 pages a day, every day, is infinitely better for building a habit than reading a whole book once a month. Consistency is the engine. All right, our final point. Number 5, direct your energy. Because look, forcing yourself to take action is great, but if your energy is scattered everywhere, it's useless. It's like having a powerful weapon, but just firing it randomly into the air. True discipline means aiming that energy with precision at the few targets that actually matter.
I mean, does this chart look a little too familiar? For so many of us, this is our day. Our most precious resource, our energy, just gets eaten up by meaningless tasks, distractions, and worrying about stuff. The goal of discipline is to completely flip this chart on its head so that huge chunk of your energy goes into that tiny slice labeled what truly matters.
So how do we actually do that? Well, the source material gives us some clear, tactical advice. First, figure out your top 3 most important tasks for the day and do them first, period. Get comfortable saying no to things that pull you away from your mission. Set hard boundaries around your time. And be ruthless about cutting out that fake productivity, like organizing your desk for an hour instead of making the call you're avoiding.
And really, this is the big paradox we have to understand. We have this idea that discipline is about restriction, that it's a cage, but it's the total opposite. It's the key. It's what frees you from the prison of your own laziness, your own regrets, and your own random impulses. It's how you get to choose your life instead of just reacting to it. It's the only real freedom there is.
So let's end with this, right now. I'm not talking about tomorrow, I'm talking about this exact moment. That voice of laziness is already negotiating with you. It's whispering an excuse, suggesting you go do something easier than what you know you should be doing. The negotiation is happening right now. So, what are you going to do?